What's up, everybody? It's the DFS Whisperers coming live with a video for today's NBA slate.
What's going on, family? How's everybody doing?
Hope everybody had a nice Monday night slate. Slate kind of started off really ugly, but then it just picked up.
Man, it was just a straight-up Grizzly takeover at one point.
Yeah, man. You could have literally had 5 Memphis Grizzlies in your lineup and took down.
What?
You could have had 5 Memphis Grizzly players in your lineup and took down.
Huh?
Ridiculous,
that was crazy,
ain't it?
man. Yeah, I mean, like, who would have thought a Grizzly stack would help you win the grand
Man,
prize?
who would have thought Caboclo would drop 47?
I really needed that the other day. I'm
Me
glad he
too.
decided to actually compete today.
Man, dude was everywhere in that game.
Man, he was making me mad. I'm like, Caboclo, if you would have gave me half of what you're doing right now the other day, I would have been just fine.
Payday. Exactly, man. But it's crazy. And then that crazy final game, man. Prayers out to my man, Bosnian Beast Nurkic, man.
That was graphic, man.
That was gruesome right there.
Yeah, I mean, those are one of those things that could happen in a split second, and it sucks when you see it because it really just sucks the joy out of the game.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just bigger than everything. DFS basketball, that's real life. Like your career could just change based off of injuries like that.
Absolutely, and that was kind of similar to what we seen with Gordon Hayward. Now, luckily, he was able to come back from that, but you just never know how a person will bounce back.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, Brandon Roy, basically that's what ruined his career.
Absolutely, the prayers up for him though. Yeah. We wish him a speedy recovery.
Yep, and come back stronger, man.
Absolutely.
Yep, so let's get the homework out the way. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell icon so you can get all our content as soon as it drops. DFS Club, watch out for our merchandise is coming soon. We got the t-shirts and the hats coming. Draft Dashboard. One of the best DFS tools out here. I mean, if you're not using Draft Dashboard, you're doing this wrong.
Absolutely.
Like, come on now.
You got to have your pick and shovel.
Yep. And by the way, Draft Dashboard, as much as they give you the dope DFS tools, they also sponsor a giveaway on our channel.
Really?
They have a $25 giveaway they sponsor on our channel.
$25?
And all you have to do is just comment the player that shits the bed the most on tonight's video and every video for the week. And we announce the winners on Sunday.
I'm sure somebody has a player that played tonight that shit the bad on them. So
shout outs to TJ McConnell.
Yes.
Like as soon as they ruled out Ben Simmons, I told my brother, you know me, you know I pick McConnell a lot. Today I'm staying away from him.
Yeah. Because that was 100% accurate too. Like, really, we was only projected for him to get no more than 20 fantasy points. But I still put him on a couple lineups just in case he wanted to be annoying.
Shoot, I just put him on cash because I knew he was going to be a free square.
Basically. Yeah.
But so Draft Dashboard, they have all the dope tools. They have from the top players of the day, the position optimizer that breaks down every single player at position by position, where you can see their projected ownership, their percentage to hit 5 times value, their point per minutes, and even the amount of fantasy points they've scored throughout the year. Then you got the player trends, the sleepers and studs, and the accurate lineup optimizer. One of the most accurate lineup optimizers.
What's spitting out some fire lines today?
Man, it spit out a lot of fire today. Helped me out a lot. Then you got the
NBA cheat sheet.
For those of you that don't know how to do research, don't want to do research, or just don't have the time to do research, NBA cheat sheet is here to save your life. From the locks of the slate, the top studs of the slate, the top mid-range of the slate, and the top value of the slate. And on Fanduel, you get the top punts with upside of the slate. So what are you waiting on? Use the link in our description. It's $1 for your first 30 days.
That ain't nothing.
And you get to see our custom player pool as well if you use the link in our description. All the players we're considering for the day. And we normally have that updated by 5 o'clock.
All right, just
and
to give you guys a time
earlier.
frame.
But nowadays, I try to do it a little bit earlier at night and then just make tweaks throughout the day based on news.
Right. First looks as usual. Update around 5 o'clock, so look out for it.
Yep. So let's get into today's slate.
All right. Hey, man, who's that stud at the top, man? Who's that rookie stud who should win Rookie of the Year right now?
Ice Trader Gang. Trey TL, man. This dude's a superstar, man.
Or bona fide.
Man, he got to win Rookie of the Year, even though I still feel like they're going to give it to Luka for all that international market.
Of course, man. It's going to be a, an NBA business move at the end of the day.
Yep.
But yeah, Trae Young's been balling, man. Go ahead.
Trae Young, man, he's been beasting. Look at that, a 59, 42, 45, 36, and 41. Last time we played Nola, he had a 32, but that was way at the start. Well, when was it again? I can't even remember. But
New Orleans, that was not too long ago.
Not too long ago, actually.
I can't remember the exact date, but
I know he didn't.
Too low.
Yeah, but all I can say is I see Trae smashing that $8,200 price tag tomorrow.
Yeah, and you don't even have to get nervous about him.
Exactly. Plus, there's no Drew Holiday defense to worry about. Alfred Payton might actually miss, so that's big for another guy that I'm actually going to mention in this video as well. Trae's been playing about 31 minutes a night. He has he's a 1.2 fantasy point per minute guy. He's projected for 4.4 times value. 41% of the time he hits 5 times value. I say Trae has a floor of 45 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's basically going to be his playground tomorrow.
Exactly.
So, at 8,200, I'm not even nervous at that price tag,
exactly.
To be honest with you.
Yep, there's going to be a high-paced game. I mean, look at the point total right there, 240. That's easily going to be the highest point total of the slate tomorrow. Oh, you want to game stack that game. Absolutely. Especially if Alfred Payton ends up sitting.
It's basically going to be two teams that have no chance at the playoffs going at it. It's going to be a playground pickup game, and it will be fun to watch. So
exactly, I'm gonna be tuned in.
Oh, for sure, because you gotta see must-see TV Trae. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because tomorrow a lot of people may be focused on Giannis, Harden. Because of that big MVP matchup right there. Which, of course, man, if you're building multiple lineups, you got to have your Giannis and Harden lineup somewhere.
Absolutely.
You got to either pair them or play them one-offs or just stack them. You got to just find your way to do it. But do not totally fade Harden and Giannis tomorrow. Yeah. If you're playing multiple lineups.
We never recommend to do that because we know on any given day those guys can bust a slate.
Throw some consideration to my guy King James as well. Even though I saw he was out there having them Soca vibes the other day, but I still give him a chance.
Yeah, I think he was a little too lit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so all of that,
check him out right.
Yeah, just proceed with caution on that one. I think yeah. But anyway, for the next pick, I'm gonna have to go with Ryan Arcidiacono. I said it right the first time. Normally that doesn't happen. But we have Chris Dunn out.
You didn't say it right.
Is Arcidiacono?
Arcidiacono.
Man, dang. Delete. But you have Chris Dunn out. You have Zach LaVine's going to be out. Who else? It's basically, two key offensive players.
Yeah, just Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, and Otto Porter. Basically, all are out. That's the whole team, basically.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these teams, a lot of these players carry the offensive load. So 3,800 Arcidiacono is a lock for me because when he's out there, I mean, he's going to get you the points. He's going to get you the assists. He's a very aggressive guard when he's out there on that floor. Typically, he don't play, more than 15, 20 minutes. But now he has the floor basically.
He literally can play 38 minutes.
Yeah, he could give you 30 to 40 minutes tomorrow. And I know that it shows a low dash ranking, but I know that's probably based off of everybody being on the court.
Toronto defense.
Yeah, and then you got the Toronto defense factored in. But he has a 44% chance to hit 5 times value. We'll give you about 0.7 fantasy points per minute, but I'm gonna probably up that a little bit with everybody being out. I look for him to be way more aggressive. If you're looking for some value, I say this is the perfect value play for sub 4K.
And speaking of value play, let me put y'all on some free game, man. Y'all might want to check out Brandon Sampson at Chicago. I believe he's a point guard, shooting guard. You also got to consider Shaq Harrison, but Brandon Sampson, he's a 3K player. I know he's going to get minutes tomorrow most likely. But you never know with NBA coaches. He may not see minutes, but he could easily be that 3K player that breaks the slate tomorrow if he sees anywhere from like 25 to 30 minutes. Yeah. He's a decent guard, man. So y'all check him out, Brandon Sampson.
Yeah, I'll just say just kind of side-eye him a little bit,
I'm not saying go and put him on 100% of your lineups.
Don't do that. Don't, unless you want to be just salty at the end of the night.
Yep.
But who we got next, man?
Next, I'm going to talk about Frank Jackson right here. I saw my guy 360 in the comment section was thanking us for putting him on Frank Jackson, and
he came through.
dude's aggressive, man. Dude's a baller. I really like Frank Jackson. I like the way he plays. He can be a ball hog sometimes, but he's all over the place, man. When he's on the court, he's gonna play heavy minutes at 5,100. And man, Derek White forehead is 5K tomorrow.
Forehead is 5K.
Going up against Charlotte, I want some of that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but going back to Derek White, he had not Derek White, Frank Jackson. He had a 35 against ATL the last time. He's at a 34, 26, 32, 19, 23. Now, if Peyton sits, it's basically going to be his team tomorrow.
Yeah, he's going to have the floor just to do whatever
he feels
against
like
Atlanta,
doing.
who typically we're not.
We give it up to point guards
exactly.
the most. Reggie Jackson dropped 49 on us.
Yeah.
No, actually, what? Reggie Jackson dropped like about 60 on us.
Yeah, and then that was the night that you faded him, and you were like, come on, man.
Exactly. And then he gave me a 10 last night.
Yeah. That's DFS for you right there.
Exactly. And Tyler Johnson dropped 49 on Atlanta. In his best game as a Phoenix.
DJ Augustine, one of his best games this year was against Atlanta.
Best games was against Atlanta.
Exactly. What did he put up? About a 40 burger?
Yep, 40 twice, I think. Yeah. 40 twice, or he got 40 on one and then got close to 40 in another one.
You got to watch point guards versus Atlanta. We're good at defending centers, but point guards.
That's why I was getting ready to say people may be gravitating to Randall, but Randall has not scored more than 34 points against Atlanta in like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
Basically, every time he plays Atlanta, he seems to struggle, kind of like Blake Griffin.
Little stuff like that does count, like what he just said. Blake Griffin, most people would be kind of gravitating toward him when he comes to Atlanta, but the thing is, Blake Griffin, he acts like he don't want to play when he comes to Atlanta. Now, he might be, I don't know, maybe he might be drunk. Maybe he got the partying. Maybe he had one too many strippers, back at his hotel room, and, things went down. I don't know. But he doesn't like to perform. So you got to watch certain players in Atlanta. Either they perform or they dud.
All right, my man. So who you got next?
So for the next pick, we're going to have to go with Dwayne the Flash Wade. He had a $5,600 price tag. He does have a 71 dash ranking going into tomorrow. And,
I like that matchup. You already know what I always say.
Oh, yeah, of course. Orlando. Shooting guards versus Orlando. And Rodney Magruder is going to be out.
Winslow may miss again.
And so, really, you're just going to have, Josh Richardson and Dwayne Wade, kind of, putting up the main ones, putting up the points.
Yep.
And Dwayne Wade comes off the bench. I look for him to run with that second unit. I don't see it being very hard for him to hit or surpass value. He is at a $5,600 price tag, so I'm looking for anywhere from 30 to 35 at the minimum. He does have a 56% chance of hitting 5 times value. Will give you roughly around 1.1 fantasy points per minute. And so look for 25 to 30 minutes of play time, and I look for D. Wade to do his thing against Orlando, who's not great at defending shooting guards.
Oh, yeah. I always got to roster me all the decent shooting guards that play Orlando.
Yeah, let me see. Last time he played Orlando here.
18-21.
And then, you got to factor in the fact that those others played, like Magruder and Winslow. But like I said, if both of them miss, I look at Wade as being a solid play. And you could
close to 30 minutes.
Right. You could use him in standard format, or if you want to go deep league, I think he's going to be a good pick.
And y'all, you got to pay attention about this in that game as well. This is D Wade's last season. He wants to make the playoffs. And basically, if Miami lose this game, Orlando overtakes them in the 8th seed. So Miami can't afford to lose this game. Orlando can't afford to lose this game. Because if Orlando wins this game, they beat Miami on the tiebreaker. So they'll be 8th and Miami will be 9th out of the playoffs. So, that game will be intense tomorrow. And Orlando's on the back end of a back-to-back. So they might have some heavy legs. But then again, they blew out Philly today.
Yeah,
they blew them out, not blew.
Blued out.
They blown them out.
Yeah. So you got to watch that. So it will be a pretty competitive game for the Heat. So look for them to try to compete.
Yep. So for my next pick, it's the Thomas Bryant revenge game.
Oh my God,
Thomas Bryant going up against the team that drafted him, LA Lakers. Now we all know Thomas Bryant is starting now.
Yeah.
And he's going to see about 35 minutes a game nowadays if he just stays out of foul trouble. And this is he'll be the perfect late night player to have.
Yeah, man.
Final game of the day after we've all watched a great game of Giannis versus Harden. Now we get to watch Braun versus Thomas Bryant.
How many times have we seen when we don't care about this guy, he just totally busts the slate? Now he's in a position to go ahead and just do it.
Exactly.
He's
Biggs
given the
versus
floor
LA.
now, man.
Always eat. And then you could run it the same way back. Biggs versus Washington. You know, Biggs always eat on Washington, but JaVale McGee's price is really up there this slate.
Yeah, they going to blow it up because McGee's going to get some serious run.
He's 6,500 right now. That's heavy.
That's something to think about.
I'd rather just pay 73 for Bagley against Dallas.
What's with these cats having 44% chances?
I know, right?
What's this, a second or third player?
Yeah, second player on this. 44% chance to hit 5 times value, 1.1 fantasy points per minute guy. He's playing about 35 minutes a game, so that's like, 38 fantasy points projected, basically, if you go by that 1.1. Because that projected value right there, he's having 16, but that's based off of his bench player minutes.
Yeah, he's a starter now, so he's given the floor to do whatever.
Last time he played LA, he dropped to 31. He's basically dropped to 30 in both the games he started so far. I see that trend continuing. This may be the second highest total on the slate, a 332.5. So you'd want some assets from that game. Once again, I'm going to have me some King James as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, two teams that virtually don't really have much of a chance.
Yeah,
you know,
they literally are not playing for nothing.
Yeah, so we've already highlighted 2 games where that's going to be the case. So get some of them players from that Washington LA game, and it's a late game, and late games usually tend to bust the slate.
Exactly.
So
look
Bryant,
at the double overtime game we just saw.
Yeah, that was just crazy. But yeah, going on to my last pick. Got to go with him, man. Sorry. Kevin Love.
Remember the one time he ruined your lineups with a headache?
Man, you know, and that's one of the main things I think about when I pick Kevin Love. You know, that time where I picked him, and it was I was in a position to take down. He leaves the first quarter with a headache. And what makes it worse is he didn't even go into the locker room. He just sat on the bench,
put a towel on his head.
I said, man, if you don't go and take a Tylenol and sit down for 10 minutes and get back in this game.
They were playing Atlanta, too, in that game.
Man, even that game where Kelly Olynyk pulled his shoulder out, man, I think I had him that night, too.
So you just...
I said, man, if you don't pop that shoulder back in like a Lego... No, I'm just playing. I'm not that insensitive, but yeah, Kevin Love, you got to watch him. As long as he stays out of foul trouble, as long as he doesn't get hurt, the man, he's a double-double machine.
He has a better chance of getting hurt than being in foul trouble.
Yeah, pretty much. And he really doesn't have too much trouble with fouls, and I hope I'm not jinxing him. But I like his price tag at $7,600 against Boston with with no Horford. You know, they do have Aaron Baines down there, but I'm kind of another reason I'm leaning toward him. You know, we just seen LaMarcus Aldridge basically just tear up their interior. You know, he did it from mid range and he did it from inside. But you know, obviously Kevin Love can stretch it out, so you're gonna see him go for a lot of threes. But also he's good at getting those long rebounds. He's good at getting rebounds on the interior. I can see. He's going to play around 30, 35 minutes. I could see easily anywhere from a 40 to a 50 burger from Kevin Love going into tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd really love Larry Nance if Al Horford sits. Like, I really like Larry Nance right now, but if Al Horford sits, I love Larry Nance tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah, honorable mention, Larry Nance, you know, just to kind of follow up on Kevin Love. But Kevin Love does have a 58% chance of hitting 5 times value. Will give you about 1.4 fantasy points per minute. So he is a point per minute monster when he's out there. So, you know, get you some Kevin Love. I'm going to get me some shares of him. You know, some of you, you know, sometimes when I bring him up, some people are like, Kevin Love, come on, man. They question that dude's toughness, and rightfully so. But when he's out there, he's going to get the numbers. He is a double-double machine still. So I'll rock with him.
All right, guys. So that's the picks for today's video. Remember to enter the $25 giveaway from Draft Dashboard. All you have to do is just comment who shits the bed the most for you in DFS.
Yeah. Man, you know what I hate, man? All them Grizzlies went off, and one of my main Grizzlies did not go off, and that was Chandler Parsons.
Oh, that's true.
I think I might have to put
Dude only had 11.
He had 11. All them Grizzlies went off. I gambled on Chandler Parsons like crazy.
The one dude. Even Javon Carter had more than him.
Oh, man. So, whatever, though.
Oh
But yeah,
my
comment the player that shits the bet on you the most, and try to get that $25.
Man, Javon Carter, that's the definition of what civil rights face in a Nickelodeon body.
Right. I'm like, who is this little kid out there? Wait, that's a grown man. Wait, I'm confused. Who is it?
My man John was like, man, who's that 15-year-old shooting free throws right now? That was when Nafri Simmons was shooting free throws for Portland tonight.
Yeah, man. He kind of looked like Nick Cannon. I was like, wait a minute now. This dude, Nick Cannon, really is a do-it-all. But
yeah, but y'all follow us on the socials at Twitter at DFS Whisperers and Instagram at the DFS Whisperers. Our email is in the description. Y'all hit us up for premium lineups. Pricing's at the top of this video. And also, just hit us up with questions. I like answering your questions and interacting with y'all,
Absolutely. So let's go into this Tuesday slate with a new attitude and a new vigor. Let's try to go make some money. I know it was kind of a ugly Monday night slate. Hopefully, got the Monday blues kicked out.
Weird.
Yeah, it got weird fast. But hopefully, you got those Monday blues kicked out. And let's.
I don't even know. I think Cash should have murdered it though. With like
we
a
should have.
341.
We haven't even opened our apps.
I haven't even checked DK to see if we cashed or not.
So we're literally about to open our apps to see how much money we made. We haven't checked yet because we're like, yo, it was so ugly. Let's not have our moods affected by what we see in DK right now.
I know we cashed though.
Yeah, I saw the money bag, so we'll see in a second. But we do wish each and every one of you a nice, hefty bag. We appreciate all of you. And you know what else?
We
out here. Whisper Squad.
Bro, this video not ending.
Yeah.